Hello friends, how are you? Hope you are doing well. So let us take one more example of the case study of sustainability reports. So we'll review this sustainability report for Aldar Properties, and this report is for 2023, and the title of the report is Shaping a Better Future. We'll see what is covered in the report. Okay, all the students or learners from their ESG learning perspectives or ESG audit assurance learning perspectives or ESG due diligence perspective, we can learn lot many things in this, and also from the reporting perspective also so many things are there, students, so you can learn multiple things from this. So let us go one by one. So what we are going through with this table of content we find here. So what is covered in the table of content? First of all, that is very important for us to know. There is a leadership statement from chairman, group CEO letter is there, chief financial and sustainability officer's letter is there, company profile 2023 business achievements, Aldar at COP28. We will see that sustainability framework, stakeholder engagement, so that also important. From the governance perspective, we will come to know about this. Creating sustainable places, so there are multiple topics inside this. We'll come to know about net zero plans, their strategy or levers to decarbonize the emissions part. We will see there environmental management on construction sites, managing biodiversity across Aldar properties, so that also we will understand. Creating societal value, engaging the customer, supporting the communities and contributing to social and economic development. These aspects we will study. And creating a responsible legacy, investing in the employees' health and safety, worker welfare, sustainable finance. We are talking about the social aspects. So ESG oversight and managing ESG risks. So that is from the governance side. And in the end appendices, we will find the assurance statement, or we will come to know that which company has issued the assurance statement, what they have covered in their scope. Then data pack, so related to the disclosures, reporting criteria. So we will come to know about the report. Generally we see this in the beginning. Okay, then GRI index, global reporting initiative index, SB index, sustainability accounting standard board, Abu Dhabi securities exchange, ADX, and then sustainable development goal, SDG alignment. So we are going to talk about all the aspects of environmental, social and governance. All the pillars are covered here. We'll be talking about creating sustainable places, okay, and creating societal value and responsible legacy. So the report has been divided into 3 portions. So I hope you understand that we cover all the pillars, environmental, social, governance in this report, and we will come to know in the later stage as well. Okay, now let us move further. Welcome to the report of Aldar's sustainability report. So what is covered in this report we already seen in the table of content, but this report charts the progress made over 2023. So the data is for 2023 on Aldar's journey towards a more sustainable future, working hand in hand to our stakeholders. So definitely the stakeholder engagement must have been conducted actually. So stakeholders to drive positive change across our business and our region. Okay, so definitely stakeholders were considered for the discussions and receiving the feedback related to ESG and sustainability. Then we see the chairman statement here. It's a leadership statement. It's a part of the governance structure and their commitment. The frameworks, okay, all the frameworks almost like GRI, SSP, they ADX, they consider the leadership statements. Its statements are nothing but the commitments from the organization related to the environmental sustainability, social sustainability and governance related. All the aspects are covered in the leadership statements. So what is covered here at Aldar? We are more than just a leading real estate player. We are builders of thriving communities, catalysts for economic growth and guardians for our environment. So as we know, sustainability, about triple bottom line concept, people, planet and profit. So all the commitments are covered here. Going next, we see the CEO's statement. Okay, at Aldar, sustainability isn't just a buzzword, it's the foundation of our future also. So if you see the statement related to net zero, okay, related to the other commitments which are related to the climate change or climate place, okay, decarbonization plans, so that is covered here. It's very important to know, students, from the audit and assurance perspective also. When you go and read the details, you come to know that what quantitative and qualitative data is covered in the leadership statements, the commitment side. Okay, then we see the social values are covered, social commitments are covered. We talk about the environmental stewardship also, and also for the future outlook, then integration of the sustainability into the future outlook also covered in that. Now then we talk about the statement from Group Chief Financial and Sustainability Officer. So the statement is about the launch of our net zero plan. So definitely the climate change must be a materiality topic for the company. So they must have the strategy and plans for net zero. So this year was a major milestone for the group. Now we have the exciting task for putting the plan into action with a focus on net zero levers. So they must have identified what are the net zero levers. So we can see in the report. Then definitely financing the transition, the important subject or important details are here. So think about it, like the commitments are 2023 we raised 2.5 billion dirhams in sustainability linked loans, as well as inaugural 500 million green sukuk, which was 4 times oversubscribed and was among corporate issuance with the greatest price tightening during an issuance of the last year. So those details are also you can see here. Related to the net zero plans by 2030, 2050, all the details are there. What was the stand in COP28, the climate agenda, what actions, efforts, initiatives were taken by the company. So these commitments are highlighted here by the Group Chief Sustainability and Financial Officer. Moving on, this is the company's profile. We can say the organizational context, what is Aldar is doing, the real estate developer. Okay, so leading real estate developer, manager and investor in the UAE. We can see there are 3 pillars like international project management services and property development and sales. Okay, and there are multiple investments also in multiple pillars. Actually, you can see here investment properties, hospitality and leisure, education, estate and real estate and others also. So this is about the business profile of the company, how Aldar Group is organized. So we can read this information. So definitely it covers the organizational context. Okay, and which is nothing but basically the part of every standard. Either we talk about the ISOs or we talk about GRI or SASB or any standard or framework, organizational context is the first and foremost information which is collected here. Okay, so let's move further. 2023 business achievements. So these are the performance highlights. This is the revenue, net profit, earning per share, gross profit, dividend was given, so dividend per share, and total assets. So this information also have been highlighted here. Now for an example, what company is saying, we have achieved many milestones during the 2023, seeing a consolidation of our presence alongside strategic expansions also in the market. So diversification is a key theme for growth strategy, that also highlighted. Okay, we have also made progress with investments into certain portfolios, okay, at certain places in association with certain companies. So those details also you can see for different markets actually. Then at COP28, what efforts or initiatives were there? So the company has highlighted this with COP28 hosted in Dubai in December. Sustainable development has never been more in focus in the UAE. So it was written here, but what efforts taken related to this, these are covered here. Later on, coinciding with the Abu Dhabi Year of Sustainability 2023, this landmark global event cemented the importance of 23 in promoting sustainability and climate action across the group. So this information is very much relevant for ESG audit and assurance, and even for reporting purpose also. So strategic collaborations, youth council involvement, C-suite global real estate gathering, Aldar education participation, leadership engagements in high level panels, and climate related partners. So these were the actions or initiatives during the program actually. Then we see the statement from Director of Sustainability and Community Outreach. We see we are proud to introduce our updated sustainability framework. So definitely the company might have their own sustainability framework which governs the strategy Aldar is implementing to achieve sustainable long-lasting growth across the business. So this is important, students, from every aspect of sustainability, either a strategy or policies or anything. Okay, sustainability framework is a very important document, so we all should know this about it. We are confident that our framework will help to deliver the ambitious ESG targets. So definitely there must be certain ESG targets also in the company actually. Okay, and there must be certain plans to achieve those targets also. So with this framework, it is written very well. So what holistic approach was applied for sustainability in the organization, including the value chain as well. Okay, so we have updated the framework in the recognition that sustainability presents a strategic advantage at Aldar. So to deliver our ambitious sustainability agenda, we are harnessing our all areas to the group to tackle the issue. So integrating all business functions with sustainability principles. Okay, so examples and case studies included in this report demonstrate how the framework has been put in action over 2023. So whatever framework here it was said, it must have been integrated and implemented also. If you see the sustainability framework details, sustainability purpose, shaping a better future, so the statement of that also available. Then 3 pillars: creating sustainable places, societal values, and responsible legacy. Also, it is written very important. You can see here the relevant page number where this information has been highlighted. Also, what are the sustainability pillars like economy, community, people, and environment? Okay, and then sustainability objectives already defined here. Then let's move further. Our material sustainability area. So what is the materiality for company? It is here actually. You see this materiality. In 2023, we conducted materiality update exercise to ensure that we continue to focus on the most important sustainability areas in the strategy, risk management, and reporting practices. So they might have conducted the materiality assessment, okay, and updated the previous exercise actually. Material topic identification, the details are available here. First phase of process involved reviewing the criteria for relevant standard, rating agency, and certification assessors. So they might have done certain initial gap assessment or maturity assessment. Okay, then we focus on our analysis on Morgan Stanley, MSCI Sustainalytics, and SASB, real estate focused, Istidama, and lead frameworks also considered for this assessment. In the materiality mapping, you can see the relevant information, identified a comprehensive spread of 10 ESG topics and 20 ESG issues, 28 issues assessed in terms of their potential impact. So basically when we talk about the materiality topics, we are much concerned about to know what are their significant potential topics actually, and importance to the stakeholders about those topics actually, right? Then we go to the all 3 pillars. Then we see what are the relevant materiality topics in under different categories, so that information is available for all the 3 pillars, strategic pillars actually. In the materiality matrix, if you see, there is a process for this, and it is written by the company. We assess the ESG topics and issues against 2 main criteria. First is ESG impact, where we talk about the severity, scale, and time. And then next is importance to Aldar's stakeholders. And in the stakeholders, there must be some exercise to identify and prioritize all the stakeholders relevant to the business actually. And how we apply the finding of our materiality assessment. Let's say suppose we conducted the exercise of materiality assessment and we came to know about this conclusion: number of materiality topics placed as per the significance to the ESG impacts financially and non-financially, and significance to the stakeholders, so that we are covering here. So sustainability strategy and management development, sustainability reporting practices. So it is written that how we apply the findings of materiality assessment. Let's say suppose we conducted the materiality assessment and we came to know about the identified materiality topics and the relevant, even we have classified according to the different ESG pillars also. So we have identified and prioritized the materiality topics. We can see here sustainability strategy and management, how materiality analysis help the organization to know about what is the value of impact of our business on external stakeholders, and thereby prioritizing these for integration into enterprise risk management framework also. Very important statement from the audit and assurance perspectives, and also from reporting perspective as well, that the company is committing that we have integrated enterprise risk management. And for sustainability reporting also, the materiality assessment is very important to inform the structure and content of the sustainability reporting, ensuring that the reporting covers the materiality issues actually. Then very important subject is stakeholder engagement. So it is written by the company that they regularly engage stakeholders to stay them up to date on the issues that matter most to them. So what are the different stakeholders under this stakeholder ecosystem? They said ecosystem for stakeholders: people, customers, shareholders, investors, government, regulators, communities, suppliers and contractors, financial institutions. So these are the identified and prioritized stakeholders for the organization. So how do we engage with them? So these are the channels or the platforms where the stakeholders are meeting with the organization and giving their feedbacks and grievances they are sharing. Then what are the needs and expectations? Very important exercise to map the needs and expectations, and definitely this exercise is helping the organization to identify and prioritize their materiality topics. So stakeholder engagement is the backbone of the ESG reporting, ESG strategy development, ESG policy formulation and their implementation as well. The next is creating sustainable places. In this, what we see, most of the environment part is covered here. So first thing we talk about in this section, what is covered, I'll zoom it for you. The net zero plan of the company, then what are the 8 levers to decarbonize the whole operations and including the value chain also. So environmental management, construction sites, managing biodiversity across Aldar. So the details are available for this content actually. So as it is written here, sustainability is an integral part of the business strategy and long-term development. Then again, this is a certain type of commitments actually. Creating the sustainable future report is an invitation to join us on our sustainability journey. So they are inviting for your collaborations for the companies, collaboration and partnerships and associations actually, to complete their positive impact or achieve the targets related to the sustainability. Then next comes net zero plan. What is the net zero plan? So it is written very well here. The climate change represents one of the most significant and complex set of risks that property developers, owners and managers face today. In 23 marked on a pivotal milestone for Aldar, we launched our net zero plan. So you see here what was the historic moment in the organization. So they issued their net zero plan, a full comprehensive initiative that reflects the group's commitment to sustainability and responsible growth. So we see certain information related to this. 64 suppliers engaged in the organization signed the real estate climate pledge. Okay, 100% suppliers screened for sustainability criteria, then 13% reduction avoided embodied carbon emissions across 27 projects, then 87.5% construction waste recycling rate, and of course 100% scope 2 emission neutralized through clean energy certifications, CEC we call them. Okay, and 12% expected increase in clean energy production through solar energy partnerships. So we can say the company is applying their net zero plans in the business actually. And what are the net zero targets? Like 90% reduction in scope 1 and 2 emission, 97% reduction in 2050, and 90% in 2030. Here they say 1 and 2 only, here they are covering scope 1 and 2 and 3 also. Then of course 45% reduction in scope 3 emission intensity as well. We plan to, it is written by the company that we plan to get SBTi Science-Based Target Initiative validation for the targets within the next 2 years. So the targets which were defined for net zero 2023, 2050, they are planning to get it validated by SBTi, Science-Based Target Initiatives actually. Okay, moving forward, then we see net zero plans and target continue measuring progress on carbon emissions. So what is the performance measurement program for measuring the progress for net zero reduction program? Okay, we see the footprint for carbon across the value chain. The scope 1, 2 and 3 information is there. Total emissions, scope 3, tenant, embodied. Okay, so this is the information for the carbon footprint across scope 1, 2 and 3. So we can see here 1.4 million tons CO2 equivalents. Okay, then 80% of our total emissions centered in scope 3. So this is the very important information. You can read it and found it important for your learning perspectives for audit and assurance and reporting and strategy building also. Then you see certain information that related to the scope 1, 2, 3 emissions, their commitments. It is written here, commitment and the decarbonization efforts also. So this is very important information, friends. Okay, you can read it. Then what are the levers to decarbonize the whole operations? So they are focusing on 8 levers like low carbon design, low carbon supply chain, green construction, clean energy, resource efficiency and management, tenant initiatives, circular economy and sustainable acquisition. So 8 decarbonizing levers are there. So it is written by the company, very important. There are 8 levers of action guiding the coordinated approach to decarbonization. By applying these levers across both our development and investment activity, we will progressively reduce emissions. So these are the efforts related to multiple levers to decarbonize the whole operations. So you can see here certain initiatives like low carbon design, and what is the approach includes like using low carbon concrete in the projects, increasing the low carbon steel uses, integrating other low carbon materials as our supply chain matures actually, and adopting active and passive design for energy efficiency. So this is very important from strategy perspective and design approach perspective also. So the progress on sustainable real estate certifications, you can see 30% reduction, 31% reduction in energy use intensity achieved from say 2007 baseline, and 37% reduction in water use intensity achieved from Astidama baseline. So this is very crucial information. Okay, so whatever efforts the company is taking with respect to sustainability real estate certification, what is the progress, okay, and what are the further details available here, which is related to sustainable design, construction operations of new real estate. And they are saying that they are proud for achievements with YAS sustainable city development, including among Astidama 4 Pearl rated communities in Abu Dhabi. Then next is about low carbon supply chain, whatever the procurement strategy. So they integrated the sustainability and ESG into this, considering collaborative supplier engagement, low carbon solutions, circular procurement, social economic resilience, sustainable innovation. So definitely there must be certain background initiatives or activities like 100% supplier screened on sustainable criteria. So there is a screening process for supplier, and based on that they said that 100% screening conducted, 600 plus supplier trained on our sustainable procurement programs. Okay, very important, and it's very useful information or the case study for freshers to learn about ESG and sustainability. Okay, so how do the organization is integrating sustainability into the business functions also. So you can see, to nurture our low carbon supply chain, main activities are enhancing sustainability criterion in supplier selection. So you can see certain information related to integration of sustainability. So it's written here, tenders above 500,000. Okay, so they screen 100% suppliers on sustainability criteria. So supplier training they provide related to the sustainability, including environmental performance specification in the contracting also, and procurement key materials with environmental product declaration. So these 8 topics they want to discuss with you, right? They showing in the report actually. The real estate climate pledge, 64 suppliers signed the real estate climate pledge, and 18 signatories shared their decarbonization targets also. So you see here, okay, the action taken by real estate climate pledge signatory will play a substantial part helping Aldar to achieve the sustainability goals actually. So sourcing low carbon concrete and steel, very important. Okay, so this is the information given to green construction. Whatever efforts related to green construction, you see here, construction governance, waste management, water efficiency, biodiversity, energy efficiency, materials, resource management, air quality improvement. So this is as per the sustainable construction policy of the company. Yeah, implementing sustainable construction methods, encouraging sustainable behavior with green site practices. You see here, they are focusing on a checklist include 50 best practices dividing across 3 major pillars, focusing on economic side, environmental side, and social side of the parameters actually. Then moving on, 87.5% recycling rate across more than 40 construction projects. So it's talking about the waste side, reducing construction waste, saying no to the plastic bags, water conservation in the construction, water recycling in the construction. So there are multiple efforts highlighted here, you can read it. But again, this all match with their materiality topics they have highlighted in the map actually, right? Next one is about solar energy on construction sites. So there are 4 projects on site. Solar generation is happening, 227 solar capacity kilowatt. Okay, combined solar capacity installed, 1289 tons of CO2 equivalents avoided because of this initiative actually. So you can see the relevant information associated with the solar panel installations actually, and off-grid projects we are talking about here. Then clean energy, the scope 2 emission neutralized through clean energy certification, which is 100%, and 560,000 tons of CO2 emission expected to be avoided during the 20 years lifetime of solar energy projects. So partnership for the clean energy provision also, like what Aldar has done, they launched a new partnership with Yellow Door Energy to provide solar power to 45 properties across the UAE actually. So this is very important figure to understand and learn also, right? And the partnership formalized. So again, this is something related to the partnership side. Transition to solar power will avoid these many numbers of tons of CO2 emissions actually in the first year of the project itself. Then later on, what is going to happen, they are targeting and planning for this. This is all given here. Resource efficiency and management. One interesting fact about these disclosures is that how a company is committing, what are their objectives, goals and targets, and then how they are achieving it, what is the methodology, tools applied. It is all highlighted here in the statements here given actually. So you see 19,000 tons CO2 equivalent reduction for 2023, 29% of or 45,000 megawatt hours reduction in electricity consumptions actually. So you can see 3% reduction in the water consumption and 13% reduction in the chilled water consumption. Also the details are available here. Now they are talking about 9 assets to the retrofitting project. So 1, 2, 3. So like residential, commercial, retail and hotel industry actually they are talking about. So retrofitting for energy efficiency, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, they applied this approach very systematically actually. Then efficient water management, as per their one of the materiality topic, they talk about the quantitative information here, what they are doing with respect to the water efficiency enhancement. Cooling as a service, introducing this. Okay, heat stress is already a very significant risk factor to the region and is only to set to increase in warming world actually. So what efforts they have taken with respect to the cooling as a service. So this is also given. Tenant initiatives. So we can see here 30% of GLA covered for tenant engagements on decarbonization. So this is something very important initiative. So what the company is saying, they aim to empower tenants across the portfolio, providing tools and incentives to help them to choose more sustainable behaviors actually. So they motivate the tenants also. Okay, collaborating efforts for retrofit and efficiency improvement, green leasing performance. So certain management actions also have been highlighted. So launching the Unity for Change Retail Coalition. So there are certain joint ventures and partners or associations with different multinational companies or local companies. Circular economy. What are the efforts related to this? Reducing and recycling waste, storing waste at source of driving efficient management, treating organic waste to on-site composting actually. These are certain initiatives. EcoLoop waste management facility is also provided by the organization and also waste recycling partnership with this company, particularly third party company. So 2 years of impact from ELR return, 4 communities involved, 650 plus active users and 14 ton waste recycled through the program actually. This is related to circular economy work. Then sustainable acquisitions. So the company is of course considering the ESG criteria in their decision making related to the new merger and acquisitions actually. Okay, they are having certain due diligence program like detailed ESG due diligence conducted. Okay, so they see the healthiness of the project in terms of the ESG and sustainability aspects actually. Environmental management on construction sites, how the company is focusing on this subject, and definitely we can say here and see ISO 14001 implemented in the organization. Okay, so EMS, environmental management system we call it. As per this program, we have environmental inductions or orientation program for the new joiners and visitors and others also. You can see the details for that. So it is written 100% new project site received EMS induction training. So whomsoever is joining the project, they all are being inducted for environmental management at the site itself. So you see 100% non-conformities from inspections closed within 24 hours, 100% non-conformities from audits closed within 30 days. So certain site inspection program for environmental compliance highlighted here, data collection and verification and alerts and education. All this information is given here. Managing biodiversity across Aldar. So there are certain initiatives related to the preserving the biodiversity and natural habitat actually. So certain information is available. They have an initiative called Haven, our biodiversity focused development in Dubai actually. So you can see certain information related there and other efforts which might have been counted under CSR initiatives. Okay, improving biodiversity through landscape and garden management, preserving mangroves. Okay, biodiversity education for next generation, supporting biodiversity through hospitality also. Information is provided here for this particular materiality topic. Now comes to the creating societal value. So now we are going to discuss the social part actually of the ESG. In this section, you see there are multiple topics associated for social side, like customer satisfaction, loyalty program, supporting the communities, okay, and social economic development for them, supporting amortization, future talent program, Allah Youth Council, educating future generation, and sustainable innovations, incubating startups. This is the information available here for the social value creation actually. Okay, then moving next, engaging with customers. How do the companies engaging with the customers? More than that, you see this much numbers of customers engaged for satisfaction and preference search. So quantitative data is available also for customer satisfaction index. So in 2022 it was 83, this year 84. Okay, and what is the approach of the company to create social value? This is also defined here actually. Yeah, then you can see annual customer survey being conducted for 4,000 customers across buyers of our residential units, visitors and tenants. This information like value of Aldar's embedding sustainability within our assets is reinforced by the result of survey. So definitely there is a great impact. Then there is a reward program by Aldar, yeah, for communities. Highlights from 23 include like plus 35% increase in registered users, 1 million donated to the charitable, more than 1 million charitable to organizations and dedicated to mangrove planting initiatives. Then they have 1200 plus partners and concepts, okay, and they won the Middle East Technology Excellence Award as well for this. Supporting the community, there are multiple initiatives, even though they have done the SDG mapping also with respect to different clusters of the CSR corporate social responsibility. You see healthy and happy communities, inclusive and accessible communities, resilient and innovative communities. So there are certain initiatives related to this which have been highlighted here in the report actually. And something which is very interesting and important also, SDG mapping which have been conducted against the topic actually, okay, and their initiatives related to that. Then live we can see certain programs related to the welfare of the workers and certain initiatives related to the communities as well, okay, like you see 41 students admitted since 2020, 8 people of determination, 33 mainstream students. Then what were the various initiatives related to this particular topic? You can see Ramadan night run, AIDS safety awareness campaigns, okay, blood donation campaigns. So these are certain details available for social initiatives. Belong, so there are relief campaign with the Emirates Red Crescent ERC, so 1.5 million dirhams donation towards ERC, sorry, okay, and then we can see 1.5 million for humanitarian aid, and 1700 toys to children to need, 127 laptops to students, 2808 boxes for relief campaign. So these are the great initiatives, okay. We can see here certain CSR programs, partnered with Jayed Higher Education Organization, Aldar Accessibility Roadmap, Talent Capacity Development, people of determining internships also. Then Special Olympics UAE, that information related to the offer is available. Butterfly Foundation, including ecosystem employment network, that information is also available. So there are certain other initiatives related to the sustainability which you can see, the volunteering program, volunteer from across the group, and very interesting 3000 volunteering hours also, 146 mangroves planted, 11 volunteering activities. Certain information is available for that. Then coming to the contribution to the social and economic development, we see a statement from Chief People and Communication Officer. As a leading employer in the region and a significant contributor to UAE national economy, we are proud to nurture and develop the next generation UAE talent. How? So that approach might have been included when giving the information related to the disclosures of the topic actually. While also providing exceptional career opportunity for thousands of employees across the region, we have more than 40 nationalities. So that information also provided here actually for the diversity purpose. Then supporting amortization, okay, working for local economy, proportion of Emirates in our corporate workforce. So you can see certain figures are available. And future talent program, very interesting program. You can see for 94 participants by the end of October 23. The program is a key component of the commitment to upskilling and preparing UAE nationals for employment actually. So very interesting program, future talent program, like 10 trainees, 70 trainees and 94 trainees in multiple aspects. You can see here for 21, 22 and 23 year actually. Aldar Youth Council is also initiated youth speaker forum winners. So these informations are available for this actually. Okay. There are certain other initiatives for other business units of the company. So educating future generation, you can see certain figures are available which can be useful for you to learn and understand. So let us move forward. These are certain other initiatives related to the sustainability. So what is written here? In 23, the strategic focus areas for innovation include net zero, optimization and smart development. So scale up by Aldar, process throughout is given here, okay, for innovation and R&D. Yeah. So that information is available. Empowering team for impact. So certain like creating a carbon capture consortium, replacing asphalt material with recycled content from tires, integrating biofuel solutions, electrification on operations and site. So these are certain internal initiatives from the company. Yeah. ICV, National In-Country Value Program. So the details related to that is available. I will zoom it for you. Aldar project achieved a significant milestone by awarding 100% of its contracts to ICV certified suppliers only. And this is very, very important for the students to understand. So ICV means in-country value. Most of the entities in the group achieved a higher ICV certifications, like Aldar project 65%, Aldar Properties 68%. So that information is also available. Yep. So 53% of the contract assigned to the Aldar own projects, and 49 contracts were 22 billion awarded to 36 UAE based firms only, actually UAE based only. So 68% is ICV score for Aldar Properties and 65% for Aldar projects. Then creating a responsible legacy. We'll talk about certain important topics. Here we see, I'll zoom it for you. So we'll talk about the certain material topic like training and development, promoting well-being among employees, health and safety, worker welfare, sustainable finance for decarbonization journey, and ESG oversight and governance structure, and managing ESG risk. So what are the company's initiatives related to that, like applying ESG due diligence, okay, measuring before any acquisition and require the disclosure of sustainable credentials throughout the supply chain, where supply chain is also considered, maintaining high occupational health and safety standard, diversity, development, collaboration and ambition is also considered as a core value, and monitoring the compliance for worker welfare programs across the supply chain also very important and very interesting as well. Then definitely there is a very interesting figure like centralizing the sustainability strategy, which ensures every vertical of Aldar business has a responsibility for the strategy, ESG strategy or sustainability strategy, and also aligned to sustainable objectives of the group actually. Investing the employees, so you can see certain values here, figures here. 61% employees male and 39% female, okay, and more than 40 nationalities in the workforce actually. So you can see certain supporting our rich and diverse workforce. So certain figures are there for over 40 nationalities. Employee training and development. So there is a target 12 hours average training per male employee and 22 hours per female employee. So average training hours by age, also the figures are available. Leaders trained, and target for 24 is also given. Target is also defined here. And Lead Aldar program, okay, so that information related to the youth development critical talent program is also available with respect to the planning and development. Promoting well-being among the employees, so certain figures related to this. You can see here that what the company is taking as initiatives to support the health and well-being. So safety and heat awareness campaign, health checkups, staff area renovations, breast cancer awareness program also conducted actually. Then health and safety data for the people. You can see there are certain OHS audits, fire safety audits and other audits conducted, so the data is also available. The inspection program, we are saying about health and safety audits and inspections. Okay, 60,000 plus contract workers are working, 176 million man hours, and information related to the fatalities, 2 fatalities, and LTIFR is 4, and yeah, this was the target to achieve below or equal to 0.35 for every million man hours worked actually. So some information related to health and safety. The company is having risk management structure, digital platform for reporting, ISO 45001 certified as well, and also facilitating a comprehensive understanding of health and safety legal requirement across the construction project, establish extensive legal compliance registers also, yeah, in the organization. Then investing in health and safety training and awareness campaigns. So you can see here certain information related to the training program, also certain achievements during 2023. 10 million safe man hours achieved on 2 of our biggest construction sites without any lost time injury. So this is the information provided. Then hand safety and PPE campaigns, summer safety campaign, first aider and fire warden competency trainings were conducted. Okay, so 10% of the worker are trained as a fire warden. 51% first aid incidents involve hand injuries. So certain critical highlights are there. 2% of the workers are trained as first aiders. So that information is also given. Worker welfare in supply chain. So they consider the supply chain also for the workers' welfare and well-being as well. Yeah, so there is a monitoring system for the supply chain, active and passive monitoring, procurement assessment for the contractors. So there are certain information available for there. So procurement assessment, there is a process and which is defined here, passive monitoring and active monitoring actually. So this information is available. Yeah, active monitoring, contractors onboarded, interviewed, workers, employment practice assessments, accommodation assessment, transportation assessments. So those all details are available. Now sustainable finance for Aldar decarbonization journey. To see certain progress related to this, launched updated green financial framework in April, issue 500 million USD green sukuk, signed 500 million dirhams Mosaic Bank, and signed 2 billion dirhams with ADCB and ADIB. Okay, very important information you can see here related to the green financial framework actually. ESG oversight and governance. So this is the statement from General Counsel. Yeah, so rigorous governance of sustainability throughout the organization by implementing robust principles, structures and processes. So very interesting statement. So the General Counsel is saying about the approach, how the company is applying the governance practices, best governance practices in the organization, how ESG governance is distributed throughout the Aldar, like board oversight. There is a committee, executive management committee, which oversees the responsibilities of the sustainability. Okay, so there are certain decision making responsibilities also. Sustainability strategic forum was conducted. Corporate sustainability department is there. Okay, at the group level, sustainability department, and you can see related relevant details also associated with that. So this is all about talking about the governance structure within the organization to oversee and monitor the performance of sustainability and ESG. Yeah, safeguarding the data and cyber security. So there are certain approach or management actions which have been defined here. Even ISO 27001 is also there. So this is also highlighted here. There are a structure of we can say architecture which includes certain actions, okay, and certain commitments, certain actions related to the IT security, data security, this has been highlighted here for this particular materiality topic. Actually, conducting ethical businesses, comprehensive compliance, whistleblower policy, fraud, anti-fraud policy, all details are available here to the relevant materiality topics which we have highlighted for governance actually. Yeah, so let's take an example of the whistleblower policy. I'll zoom it for you. So in this policy sets out how employees and business partners can report any suspected breach of code of business conduct without fear of repercussions. Okay, managed by head of internal audit department. Employees and other partners can report any suspicious or concern about the conduct actually. This is something very important information related to this. How the company managing ESG risk, that's also given. There is a governance structure, how the monitoring and overseeing is happening, and dividing responsibilities across the group. Like there are committees for this group: management committee, board audit and risk committee, board of directors, endorsement approval process is also there. This is showcasing the strong governance structure in terms of ESG risk management. Also incentives and remunerations policies are also there, so this is something related to that. Then strategy, identifying climate related risk and opportunities and their impacts as well, in line with TCFD recommendation, task force for climate related financial disclosure. So they follow the scenario based strategy actually. The scenario analysis was conducted for climate risk actually. The details are there. Representative concentration pathways, RCP, okay, we can say 4.5 scenario and 8.5 scenario. So there are two scenarios for climate risk highlighted here actually. Defining the time horizons, short term, medium term and long term, whatever the efforts are there related to highlighted materiality topics and their associated risk and opportunities. So this is scenario based analysis for Aldar business, okay, as per the requirement of TCFD, task force for climate related financial disclosures. What can be the risk based impacts related to this? Yeah, so this is also highlighted. And this is the scenario for part 8.5 scenario, and accordingly what a net zero business idea is there is written down here actually. Now what are the top risks associated for 8.5 scenario analysis also highlighted here actually. This is very interesting actually. The risk is highlighted for physical and transition risk, like examples are there. In transition risk, increased building standard requirements and increased investments or deployment of renewables, increased energy demand and cost. In the physical risk, like extreme weather events, water stress, heat stress, and the financial implications for different categories also highlighted in the risk description as well, and even how the risk has been treated actually. So this information is also available for both physical and transition risk actually. In the appendix side, you can see there is a limited assurance statement from KPMG, okay, where you can see the responsibility, the board, subject matter, the KPMG responsibility. So what topics have been captured under this assurance assignment? You can see energy consumption, water consumption, GHG scope 1 to 3, waste generation, lost time injuries, frequency rate, fatalities, employee hires and leavers, employee compensation metrics, breakdown, percentage of procurement assessments, tier 1 contractors and subcontractors, audits against worker welfare metrics, and worker welfare related grievance also resolved. So these are the sustainability topics which have been covered under the scope of this assurance. Applicable criteria, so the company, the audit company, assurance company considered GRI as a standard reference standards, and which is by GSSB, Global Sustainability Reporting Standards. Standard board, Aldar responsibility is also highlighted here in providing the data. What is the responsibility of the company? Independency in the assurance also highlighted here in this aspect actually. So how limited assurance engagement was conducted, this is defined here. Then they follow ISA 3000 revised standards. So this is information also available here in the limited assurance report actually. Then procedures performed by the assurance provider, this is covered. Characteristics and limitations, so which was also highlighted. Limited assurance conclusion, what the company is writing here, that our conclusions have been formed on the basis and subject to the matter. We believe that procedures we have performed and evidence we have obtained is sufficient. Now, based on the procedure performed and evidence obtained, nothing has come to our attention. So nothing has come to attention. So this is written as a conclusion. And restrictions to the use of the report, what is excluded from this scope, that also highlighted here. What is covered, what is not covered, it's also highlighted here. Our report should not be regarded as suitable to be used and relied on by any party wishing to acquire rights against us other than the company for any purpose. So the certain statement is there from the company for restrictions of the uses of the report actually. So that's stamped by the company and signed also. The next, there is a data pack where you can see multiple data sets related to the business units of the company actually. Aldar Properties, education, hospitality, real estate, okay, certain other indicators, other categories also. Okay, then we see the HR disclosures are there. Then we can see again HR disclosures. Yeah, HR again. The data is also there from HR. Okay, internal hirers from HR. This information is available. Okay, then health and safety disclosures are there. Yeah, and related to the investments actually. Okay, and the scope 1, scope 2 and scope 3 emission details are available here. So this is data for scope 1, 2, 3 GHG emissions and equivalents. Total energy consumptions, you can see from different energy sources: electricity, chilled water, natural gas, diesel, petrol, LPG. So all details are available here. Water consumption detail, waste generated details also there. Okay, reporting criterias, you can see here whatever reporting criteria has been considered during this assurance actually. Then we see disclosure, what is the definition, there is scope, units, and what methodology for data collection applied. So this information is also available here actually. Very interesting, very hard work was done. Social reporting criterias are there. Again, their definition, scope, units, methods, and source also for the information is also available here. Yeah, so this shows that students, that how you collect the data, from where you are collecting the data, what level of data is required, and you can see all this information available here actually. Then we go for GRI content of index, which shows the mapping of the GRI topics. Okay, and in which page of the report that information is available. So that location of the mapping has been conducted by the organization actually. So the details are available for this GRI content index actually. Okay, so GRI content index, you see SB content index, where the material topics already likely topics are given and related to the SB code, units, the information details, and location for the information highlighted on which page number that information is available. And Abu Dhabi Stock Exchange or Security Exchange mapping also for their matrices, then where the information is available in sustainability report of this company, that information. So SDG reporting is also there, SDG mapping with the relevant materiality topics, their commitments related to each SDG, that information is also there, and relevant page number where the respective information or data provided to ensure that this action has been taken or this effort has been taken already. Thank you very much, students. I hope you learned a lot about how to get through the report of sustainability, what information is covered, what is useful from the reporting perspective, what is useful from the ESG audits, assurances, ESG due diligences, ESG ratings. Thank you very much.